Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. Yep. And your new Trends Journal's coming out very, very soon. Not it, but here it is. Here's the cover. Yep. You ready? World War III. Ready to die? That's right. We had forecast that World War III began on February 22nd, 2022, when the Ukraine war began. Our cover read from COVID war to Ukraine war to World War. And now it's right in front of everybody's eyes. There's your cover. But everyone's too blind to see. Why? Why don't you go on to the Cartoon News Network? See what the major story is. Takeaways from the appeals court hearing on Donald Trump's immunity claims. What the fuck does that have to do with trend forecasting and how it's going to help me prepare, prevail, and prosper? And does Taylor Swift like to take it up to, no, wait. Yeah, it's just crap like that. Not one word, not one thing on their front page about the Ukraine war or the Israel war. Hey, let's go to Drudge. Boom, big, right across the top. Violent political threats surge as 24 begins. Violent political surge. Hey, what's going on in the economy? Oh, no. Well, forget about that. What's going on with the Ukraine war and Israel? I'm not going to talk about that. Not one word in that whole Drudge report. Why don't you go to Yahoo? Oh, Yahoo has the best story yet. Mississippi governor in second inauguration says he wants young people to stop leaving the state. This guy got more chins than Chinatown. You should see this guy. What the fuck do I care about this? Not one word. You look through all of the top ones, nothing about the Ukraine war and the Israel war that are ramping up. Your details are all in your Trends Journal. One after another coming out of Israel. Oh, they just killed another 3 guys in Lebanon. Oh, what happened with that ceremony they had for Soleimani? Yeah, the guy that Trump killed, the general, Iranian general he killed him in Iraq in 2020. And almost 100 people died. And they're blaming it on ISIS says they did it, and Iran said Israel did it. Oh, and then the Iranian commander that was killed a couple of weeks ago in Syria, allegedly by Israel. Oh, and now Ukraine bombs away over there more and more in Russia. As we had warned, they're going to ramp up this war. They're both going to ramp up this war. We have maniacs in charge. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that at all. Now, it's not the news. I mean, here's some news that was out. Roman Catholic organization in California, this was a little while ago, has filed for bankruptcy as it faces nearly 100 lawsuits related to sex abuse claims. Yeah. I tell you, the gays took over the Catholic Church. Yeah, look at the costumes they have, man. Nobody has better costumes in the Catholic Church. Look at all those little altar boys kneeling in front of it. Take it easy, all right? I mean, you're screwing all these kids. As I said, the Catholic Church has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. Catholic Church fucked me up when Sister Marie Roseanne, may she rot in hell, beat the shit out of me, perforated my middle ear, broke my eardrum, and left me back. As I say, I'm just thankful Father Foley was a ladies' man. It could have been a lot worse. But anyway, this is what they're putting out there. And again, nobody has better costumes in the Catholic Church. What a fucking joke. Jesus would be rolling in his grave if he didn't go to heaven, seeing what a clown show it's turned into. Hey, they didn't dress up like that back then, did they? What a bunch of shit. The religions today have nothing to do with the foundings of the people that founded them. It's just like the American government has nothing to do with what the founding fathers founded it upon. We got a bunch of warmongering little fucking shitheads that love war that never fight. But anyway, let's go back to your Trends Journal, because a lot going on. You know, we've been warning about the office building bust. And now one of our top trends this year is banks go bust. You ready for some of the headlines coming out? This is from, I'm just going to read you a couple of quick headlines from Financial Times. Pile up of badly performing loans set to leave dent on U.S. bank earnings. Leave dent? Who the fuck are you talking to? This is just the beginning. Oh, big story in the Wall Street Journal today about Moody's. Yeah, the office vacancy rate with a V. Vacant. Empty fucking buildings at nearly 20%. Vacant. Same thing up there in Toronto. Yeah, it's around the world. The scumbags that launched the COVID war, we warned about this. The work at home trend became real. Yeah, work at home 2 or 3 days a week. Come back a couple of days a week. I don't need all this office space. I'm cutting my rental costs. The banking bust has just begun, and they're not even talking about it yet. This is the language that they're using. Pile up a bill. Yeah. What else? Bankruptcies in U.S. healthcare hit record levels. It's only in healthcare. Don't worry about it. U.S. venture capital funding drops 60%. Economic fears. Yeah. And new. Yeah. Oh, how about today? The World Bank came out and warned that we're going to have a terrible 2024 global GDP numbers. They're looking like 2.4%. And 56 million Americans have been in credit card debt for at least a year. That's according to the Federal Reserve. This thing is just beginning. It's just beginning. None of them are talking about it. All they're selling is bullshit. You know why?
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. That is bullshit.
Because they're just a bunch of shit swallowers that throw it back out. They swallow the shit. These little whores on parade, war whores that the government shoves down their throat, and with their corporate pimps tell them what to do. And by the way, I was corrected for calling them prostitutes, media whores that get paid to put out by the corporate pimps of the government whoremasters, by a wonderful woman who contributes very much to the Occupy peace. And she said that the title of prostitutes isn't accurate, because at least when you pay for a prostitute or a whore, you know, you get something back. You got what you paid for. Can you imagine these fucking taxes that they're charging us? Look what we get back. So anyway, into your Trends Journal. Technocracy trends, they're very important. They're happening. Be Human, Joe Duran, the technocracy king, knows more about this than anybody. He's writing about them. Trends on the economic front and market overview. Yep. You ready? U.S. job growth in December. But the news is not all good. We're saying what nobody else is. Home construction starts and permits jump in November. Wonder where prices are going. We said where they're going, and we've been accurate on it. We have trends on the global economic front. Again, one of our articles, this is the 66th week of doing it. When the economy fails, jobs go with it. BlackRock just announced today they're firing, 600 people? This is serious. And the jobs, going back to the jobs that are created, they boost up the job numbers. These are shitty jobs. You don't forget to subscribe, get notified, get the like out here, because we need to get the word out there. Because we're giving you, nobody, anywhere, any place is giving you so much information in one magazine. A magazine that costs a grand total of $2.86 a week. That's it. And you pay $5 a day for the Wall Street Journal, $4 a day for the toilet paper record, the New York Slime. Going back, they're not talking about the jobs that are being created. Barely mentioned. They're in social service sectors, shitty government jobs, hospitality, low-paying jobs. Again, we have in here how people can't buy homes. Generation Z and the millennials. Generation Z is going to be Generation Zero. They ain't going to be worth shit. That's the younger generation. And millennials, whether their average earnings are $49,000 a year, when you got a home costing almost $400,000. How are they going to afford it? They're not. But does that mean where housing price is going to go? Again, it's in your Trends Journal. And again, this is the 66th week that we're doing the job falls and that nobody else is doing like we are. BRICS added 5 member countries. Bye-bye bucks. Oh, yeah, you're going to see a lot happen. And again, a whole spotlight on the office building bust. One article after another. Spotlight on China's economic struggles. And then again, a whole section on the Israel war. Maron. Yeah. Washington, South Africa's filing a genocide case against Israel. And that clown Kirby, they look like this, little arrogant jerks. They're all arrogant pieces of shit. These government spokesmen, Washington opposes it. They're slaughtering people. Here. This is the toilet paper record, right? Look at that. Russian strike kills 11, Ukraine says. Yesterday, nearly 450 Palestinians were killed by Israel. That doesn't make it. That doesn't make it. No, we don't write any of that. We're prostitutes. They're selling because that's who they are. We're giving you the facts. And that's all the people are. Brainwashed by crap. Yep. Fox. Kittens, not fox. No fox there. Not a fucking fox there. I used to be on Fox. They're fox suckers. That's it, man. They don't want me on. Hannity. Look at these clowns. A fucking clown show. They bring scumbag pricks. Maybe he doesn't even have one. Lindsey Graham on there. Over and over and over to hear this fucking scumbag spew out his arrogant warmongering shit. Anyway, going back to your Trends Journal. Yep, on and on. Israel war, what's going on in the Ukraine war. Featured guest articles by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. Ready? Washington has resurrected the specter of nuclear Armageddon. Precisely what we are saying as well. But don't hear about it in the major media. Article by Dr. Joseph Mercola. Featured guest article by John and Nisha Whitehead from the Rutherford Institute. Apocalypse Now. The government's use of controlled chaos to maintain power. Trends in AI. Woof. Whole section by Ben Davis, and Ben Davis is also high-tech science. And Trends Eye Views about the presidential reality show, the death of journalism. Yep. And on and on and on. And the top trend of 2024, EVs, go F you. 2023 EV sales were a debacle. This and much, much more in your Trends Journal. And don't forget tomorrow, mañana is good enough for me. Salenti and the judge, Judge Andrew Napolitano. You can't miss what he's saying, man. This guy really has it together. And don't forget, as I talk about these little shitheads running a country near you, yeah, C-U-N-T. How do you spell country? C-O-U-N-T-R-Y, yeah. Take out the O. That's all it is. Look at the little shitheads, the little Katson Macron, little Sudak over there, nothing boy, Olaf Scholz, Netanyahu, Biden, one shithead after another, little Lindsey Graham, Chucky Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, a fucking clown show, that little arrogant nothing of a boy that they made the House Speaker. Yeah. Johnson. Yeah, Johnson and Johnson. Yeah. Don't forget your shirt. Hey, politicians, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? That's it. So get your Trends Journal. This is very important what's going on. Crisis ahead. Yep. World War III's begun. If we don't stop it, we're finished. And help us stop it by contributing to Occupy Peace. You know, we're doing everything we can. We need your help. You know, God bless peace. Again, they say in every fucking paper currency, in God we trust in the United States. What God you talking about? What God you talking about? Oh, Biden brags that he's a Zionist. What God you talking about? He also blows the shit out that he's a Catholic. What Jesus Christ you talking about? You're full of shit. You're all full of shit. Every one of your politicians. The only guy I really stand up to, I don't know all of them, is Thomas Massey out of Kentucky. Yeah, this guy really speaks up, man. He's not afraid. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow. Mwah.
The Trends Journal, the best investment you could make, because it's the best investment into your mind, and it can change how you look at the world.
His work is actually a gold mine. Anybody interested in politics, political trends, economic trends, social trends, cultural trends, you have to follow him. Gerald Celente.
The Trends Journal is one of the greatest sources of information, and it really is. You're predicting these things well ahead of time. I would encourage everyone to go grab the latest copy.
Been a Trends Journal subscriber for 20 years. I just have to commend you. What you guys have put together in your latest Trends Journal, there's nothing like this out there.
Sir, everything that you predicted about the economy, you were absolutely right. So I have followed you all this time. So please take a look at the Trends Journal.
You correctly forecast that the Fed would hike rates quite aggressively, correctly said that initially gold and silver would drop as the Fed starts to raise rate to 1.5% and above. When we spoke last, Bitcoin was around 49,000. You said you expect to drop, and if it drops below 30, 35, then it could really drop.
Trends Journal, which I would encourage people to go and check out. It's actually a 200-page document, pure data-driven analysis.
Gerald Celente, the top trends forecaster in the world. Gerald, you had an interesting call back in September of last year. You said gold had bottomed, which is exactly what happened. And here we are, and we're above $1,900.
Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happened at trendsjournal.com.